Hello, my name is Jason Lowry.
And I'm Mark Tody.
And this is officially 1 year of the Parkland Podcast.
Yeah.
It's the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. It's the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. They got plenty to say. They got plenty of heart. On the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. It's the Parkland Podcast. Yeah, the Parkland Podcast. It's the Parkland Podcast. Yeah, the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. Jason and Mark.
Welcome to Country Days 2025 for episode 52 of the Parkland Podcast. We have made it a full year outside of 2 calendar dates. We will have wished everybody we know in the Parkland a happy birthday.
And it's only fitting that we're set up in front of a beer garden.
Here we go. Special thanks to St. Joseph Catholic Church and School in Farmington. Here's the bell right there. And we are set up in the Hornet's Nest to record the podcast here at Farmington Country Days. And this is a big episode with a lot of sponsors. We want to thank them all. Parkland Pharmacy, Discover Farmington, Subway of the Parkland, First State Community Bank, Save-A-Lot of the Lead Belt, Heimberger Construction, Triple Creek Realty Agents, Sonia Wilson and Kayla Boyd, Valor Wellness and Longevity Clinic, Booyer Funeral Homes, and Black Knight Automotive, all sponsoring this Country Days edition of the Parkland Podcast.
I want to send a shout out to a lot of people, mostly our sponsors for the parade Friday night. We hope you enjoyed our live stream of the parade. It was awesome. And all the people that stopped by and said hey to us or that we talked to during the parade.
Some of them against their will.
Some of them, yeah, but we don't care. We don't care. We do appreciate it. It was good to see Sonia from Triple Creek and Carrie Kinnan from the Conservative Club. She sent me a little thank you note for putting her on the live stream last night. That was really awesome. And other people I want to give a shout out to. I want to give a shout out to Paul and Ashley Grindstaff. They are leaving this coming Thursday to go to Africa. So we wish them the best of luck on their trip. The McIntyre family for being our guests as well, and their daughter who explained that Dad would whoop Mom in basketball because Mom face planted the last time.
Right.
So that was great. And before I got to Country Days, I stopped off at Earth Mother Health Foods. Good morning, Mary Lee. Good morning, Melanie. I told Melanie we would plug the Art in the Garden, the Plain Air event that they have coming up this coming Saturday at the Farmington Community Garden. It's free entry, cash prizes for adults and teens. It's going to be a great event. All artists are invited to display their work in the Farmington Public Library. So that's something that I told Melanie we would really stress. And Mary Lee is looking forward to doing another interview with us as well. And a quick shout out to Suzanne Baker and the good folks from the United Way of St. Francis County. The big grant check presentation is coming up in a little over 2 weeks at the Farmington Library.
And we'll be there to live stream that on Facebook Live as well, which I think is awesome because it gives us a chance to kind of show off all the awesome groups in our area that are doing so much good just to help out our common humans.
And then the United Way, which helps them all.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, we say it all the time, a little partial, but if you want to help out a lot of local charities at once, that's the best way to do it, is through your United Way of St. Francis County. What else you do this week? Anything exciting? Anything cool happen to you?
No, it was all about Country Days yesterday. I helped Lisa Sumter. Shout out to Lisa Sumter.
Yeah.
She is one of the most organized human beings I've ever met.
Yes.
I helped her with the vendor setup on Friday, and I had no idea what I was doing. But, man, she guided me through it. She did great. Then we had the parade, and then I was helping out at the chamber booth, which is right across my right shoulder here, and that was a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a while, and that was pretty much my whole week was the Country Days.
Awesome. I'm looking across the way at Jody Burke-Bigler with St. Joe's. She's shaking her head. She doesn't want to go on the show. That's okay. No. But you do look tired, like my son and your son kept you up all night. So they went to bed? Oh, wow. That's great.
All right. Let's make one thing clear. If we could have Jody on the podcast or her husband, Jody wins every time.
Yeah, Tom's kind of boring.
Yeah, but he's a darn good doctor, and I may need his services.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I don't want to
doubt.
be too critical of him.
Yeah.
But you'll see her at the St. Joe picnic, I believe.
Yes.
Because every year they do the little drink thing, right? The bottle
booth, the drink thing, a.k.a. the drink thing.
Well, you pay $1 or $2, and
Right.
you get a chance at a bottle, and you don't know what you're going to get.
Ooh.
Sometimes you get mouthwash. Sometimes you get wine. Yeah, you never know. You never know. But
you're guaranteed to win something.
Something.
That's really cool. Yeah, we'll talk about that event, and it's also in our events segment coming up here.
Going to be a great time.
Yeah, always fun. Got any trivia for us?
I got some song lyrics. Actually, I do have one trivia question for you. Who sang the theme song to Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Who sang? That would be Cyndi Lauper.
Yes, very good. I didn't know that until I came across on a trivia feed of mine. So that was my only trivia question.
Okay.
But I also have, since we're not really going to do albums today, but I did come up with some song lyrics, and we'll see if you can name the song.
Okay.
One's pretty easy. Two you may struggle with. You want the easy one first?
Well, of course. That way I can build up my confidence.
Okay. Mirrors on the ceiling. Pink champagne on ice. And she said, "We are just prisoners here of our own device."
That would be the Hotel California.
Very good. You can play along at home here. All right. They'll get a little tougher here. He was turned to steel in the great magnetic field when he traveled time for the future of mankind.
In honor of that dude we used to work with at J98, that's Iron Man.
Iron Man, yeah, or Iron Man, yes.
Man.
Okay, Frank O'Rourke. All right, the Mac.
I think it was Darren Mansfield.
Well, yeah, that was Darren.
Iron County.
Frank would always misspell the Mac Lady Cardinals, and we'd read it the Mac Aldi Cardinals. We thought they were sponsored by a grocery store. Okay, I went down to the demonstration to get my fair share of abuse, singing, "We're going to vent our frustration. If we don't, we're going to blow a 50-amp fuse."
This is really hard because the band just started playing. Out of my brain went.
Told you they're going to get harder.
One more time, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to not concentrate on those guys.
I went down to the demonstration to get my fair share of abuse, singing, "We're going to vent our frustration. If we don't, we're going to blow a 50-amp fuse."
I can't, man. Scott Joplin is in my ear.
We'll blame this one on Kurt Bauke and Kevin.
What song is
The
this?
Rolling Stones, "You can't
Always get what you want.
But if you try sometime,
you might find
you can get what you need. There you go, 2 out of 3, not bad.
I should have got that last one though. I'm weak on the Stones. I'm sure you've noticed this doing this. I'm not a strong Stones person.
Well, I like the song lyrics thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a lot of fun. So you and I have covered a lot of country days over the years. I was talking before as we were walking over here, like, oh man, I really missed country days remotes and blah blah blah. But I had like a 6-year reprieve from it. You've been doing this since the 80s. Anything crazy, funny, silly, stupid happened to you while broadcasting from Country Days?
All kinds of things. I remember one time there was Bill Bonaker.
Oh, Bill.
Who passed away.
Yes.
And Bill, we miss you.
Oh, Bill, you were the best.
He was the sheriff of Country Days. And we used to have an actual jail over there in the park. And he locked me in the jail. And he locked me in there with some gal, and I can't remember her name, but she apparently loved me
Oh,
a lot.
oh boy.
And I remember a bird had pooped on her blouse that she was wearing, and it was like big purplish looking, and it was about that big on her blouse. And she kept chasing me around inside the jail, wanting to give me a kiss. I have never run so fast in my entire life.
Wow.
Finally, Bill had mercy on me and let me out. But I also remember interviewing Aaron Tippin. I know a lot of people who work out, but Aaron Tippin is the only guy where I got back on the tour bus. It was Scott Cheatham and I, and we went to interview him. And he's lifting weights while we do the interview. And the boy had like scoops of ice cream for biceps. They were just like boom, boom, boom. And he had weights all over the place. But one of the nicest guys you will ever want to meet. Sammy Kershaw, not so much.
Right.
Aaron Tippin, awesome. Darryl Worley, awesome. A lot of the guys from Country Days were just fantastic.
I know a lot of people talk about Dolly Parton. To me, I don't know if maybe that was just because I was in high school, I was paying attention a little more, but that was like the pinnacle of Farmington Country Days whenever she came.
That was a Kevin Engler production, for sure. And I think I told the story about the chief of police at the time, Bob Oder.
Bob Oder.
Never washing these arms again because he got to touch her legs. I missed that concert because I got sick from being in a dunking booth all day. And it was weather like today, only about 10 degrees colder.
Yeah.
But that's the only Country Days concert I've missed probably since late 80s.
Huh. So there you go. Good old Country Day story. We used to do a promotion called 8 to Be Great.
I remember
in my
that.
B104 days. And we'd have our booth, which you can kind of see the former location of everything shifted with the Country Days layout now as it goes way more into the downtown area than it used to. It used to almost all be exclusively here in Long Park and then basically Columbia and Liberty kind of right around there. And it's grown over the years, and they've expanded and spread things out, and there's a lot more breathing room. But back then it'd get pretty tight, and B104's booth was always right there at the corner. So we would play this game called 8 to Be Great, and it was like those little things you see. The minute to win it is kind of what we based it off of, like throwing cards into a watermelon, getting them to stick, stuff like that. So we were playing the games, and everything was going well, and this lady wins, and I can't remember her name, but I know her. And so at the end, and radio people have done this for years and years, at the end, hey, what station made you a winner? And when we said that, she said, Froggy 96. We're like, then she realized as soon as she said it and looked at me, she's like, no, that's not right. B104. And so she said it again. Of course, we went back and clipped the audio and made the post promo sound way better than how it actually happened.
That's pretty good. I like that.
That was a really fun Country Days story. Just thinking about, all the Country Days broadcasts. I remember one time, I think Greg Camp was on the, whatever you were doing for the 98 Days of Summer. There was some kind of vehicle you were giving away. Maybe it was a water ski or something like that.
Jet ski,
and Camp got his picture taken on it as the B104 program director. And I think that ended up on a plaque for something. I think when he won the KRAI KTJJ 110% of the Year award later that year, that picture was on that plaque.
Greg Camp, a good man.
And just a lot of fun. One year I got out of Country Days because North County went to state in baseball.
Okay.
And that was big for me because I didn't want to do this back when I was a young punk and I'm just a sports guy, and I didn't want to do all these Country Day broadcasts that weekend. So I got out of doing Country Days remotes just because of North County baseball.
I love Country Days. I love seeing people. It's a great homecoming. You see people you don't get to see very often. It's great. I don't miss all the broadcasting and stuff like that, sitting underneath the tent when it pouring down rain, but we had to be there because that's what we did.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun getting up in front of 7,000 people, introducing the Bellamy Brothers on stage. The first concert in Long Park, the first free concert, was totally awesome. There had to be 7,000 or 8,000 people.
And that was the Bellamy Brothers?
That was the Bellamy Brothers.
What did they open? What did they do when they hit "Let Your Love Flow"? Because that, obviously their biggest tune.
Well, I say I'm backstage. I get on stage.
You do the announcement and then you go
back.
back.
Off stage, and I'm back there, and I'm watching from the side, so I can't really see the crowd. But I'll guarantee you they went crazy.
Yeah. Either that or Redneck Girl. Everybody turns around and shows the name on the back of their
There's a whole Let
belt.
Your Love Flow. There's a lot to choose from with them boys.
So there you go. Great Country Days stories, great memories, and great totally awesome radio stories. Hey, Father's Day is coming up, and the best way to make sure that your dad has the meat that they need on their grill is to go to the Mega Meat Sale happening at your local Save-A-Lot store on June 14th from 9 to 5 p.m. I know, Mark, you enjoy the meat at Save-A-Lot because it's locally processed and delicious.
I'll tell you what, there are sales. There are meat sales, but when you have a mega meat sale, it better be impressive because folks are going to want to know what makes it so special, and we've got that information right in front of us.
Whole ribeyes, $7.99 a pound. New York
Wow.
strips, $6.99 a pound.
Wow.
Boneless pork loins, $1.79 a pound. Whole boneless pork butts, $1.49 a pound. Pork spare ribs, $1.89 a pound. Williams Bratwurst, 2 for $7. And what about the drink? 6 packs of Pepsi, 4 for $11. J. Higgins chips, 2 for $3. 6 pack of Charmin Basics, because Dad's got to take care of things after that nice meal. $3.99 each. Tide, water, so many more things included. But man, these meat prices are unbelievable.
Watermelon, cantaloupe.
Yeah.
And let's face it, you're going to be buying this for Dad for Father's Day. What's going to make Dad feel more special than a ribeye with his name on it?
Oh, my. And again, just $7.99 per pound for whole ribeyes. New York strips only $6.99 per pound. And so many great deals. And, every day is a great day to shop at your local Save-A-Lot store.
Love Save-A-Lot at your hometown grocery store. Definitely support local.
And check out some of that Bailey Joe's sauce while you're there,
Definitely
too.
check out Bailey Joe's sauces. They are fantastic.
Visit your local Save-A-Lot store and follow them on Facebook, Save-A-Lots of the Lead Belts. Let's talk pharmacy. Parkland Pharmacy. They are at parklandrx.com. Small town pharmacy at their finest. They are so organized. They have so many great services. They're more than just a place to get your prescriptions, Mark Toady.
Absolutely. I got to give a shout out to Julie Berghaus. She called me the other day and she goes, "What's that stuff that you like so much?" I said, "The Emergency." And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I'm going to order some of that. You want me to get you some?" I said, "Absolutely." And she didn't have to do that, but that's the kind of great one-on-one customer service that they offer. They get to know their customers, what they like and who they are, and they will go the extra mile for them. So I love everything about that pharmacy, and that is why they are my hometown pharmacy.
Got to use 2 fingers if you want to scroll up or down.
I'm looking at their Facebook page while you were doing that.
ParklandRx.com is the website. Their delivery is fantastic, and all the special services they offer as well is really what makes them second to none. Check out Parkland Pharmacy today, the official pharmacy of the Parkland Podcast. Looking to buy or sell a home or commercial property in the Parkland? Meet Sonia Wilson and Kayla Boyd with Triple Creek Realty, 2 creative and energetic agents who know how to get your listing seen everywhere. From eye-catching social media marketing to expert guidance, they make the process simple and exciting. Ready to make a move? Call Sonia at 573-631-5367 or Kayla at 573-366-1410 today. Triple Creek Realty. See all their listings at triplecreekre.com. Here's your latest news on the Parkland Podcast. The state fire marshal is investigating a 3-alarm blaze that took place in the building that houses Little Caesars in Deloge this past Friday. The pizza place remains closed, along with Great Clips and the payday loan business that occupied the building on Deloge Drive. Several local fire crews assisted Deloge, and no injuries were reported. Get ready for summer traffic projects and road closures. Work is now underway on the roundabout at the intersections of State Street and Deloge. This project will replace the four-way stop with a roundabout and has a completion date tentatively set for middle of December. Construction is also underway on Highway 47 in Bonne Terre in the downtown area as new sidewalks and streetlights will be installed. Motorists in Farmington also seeing construction crews this week slowing down traffic at the southbound Highway 67 exit. This project, weather permitting, should last all week. Meanwhile, arrest numbers are up in St. Francis County as the Sheriff's Department released their call numbers for the previous month. In a social media statement, Sheriff Jeff Kreitz said the deputies have made 125 arrests serving old warrants. And the Missouri State Senate has signed off on a bill that would offer help to build a new stadium for the Kansas City Royals and upgrade the Kansas City Chiefs' home, Arrowhead Stadium. Senate Bill number 3 would use up to 50% of state funds to be used to build or renovate stadiums for the teams. The bill also includes $25 million for emergency housing aid for disaster victims, $100 million for disaster relief, and funding for several local construction projects after this year's deadly tornadoes. The House of Representatives will look over the bill this week. If they sign off, then Governor Mike Kehoe will put that funding in place for the budget. And that is your latest news right here on the Parkland Podcast. First State Community Bank, the 3 Farmington locations that serve us well: online banking, business banking, FSCB.com, member FDIC. I stole all the bullet points, Mark, but I know you love to talk about all the great people that work there.
It's the people that make the difference. There are a lot of banks, and they all do great work around here. But First State Community Bank, their community involvement really makes them stand out to me. You will not go to a community event without not seeing just one, but multiple people from First State Community Bank, not just there, but involved. They care about this community. They go to school here. They go to church here. They do business with people in the community. You
like
cannot
the Parkland
go wrong.
Podcast.
Yeah, like the Parkland Podcast. You cannot go wrong with First State Community Bank. They are so much more than member FDIC. I love going there.
Absolutely. First State Community Bank sponsoring the Parkland Podcast. Subway, eat fresh. Your local Subway locations in Farmington, Park Hills, and Deloge sponsoring the Parkland Podcast since the beginning. And Subway always has great things to eat. And Mark, you are the resident Subway expert here at the Parkland Podcast. You are always in tune with the deliciousness that awaits there.
Love the food. It is fresh, and the service really puts them over the edge. Heather, Brianna, Jessica, ladies, good morning, or I guess I could say good afternoon, because you can watch this podcast or listen to it at any time you want. But if you go to Subway in Farmington when those 3 girls are working, you can just mark it down as a red letter day, because not only will you get great food, you'll get served on by 3 girls who could give lessons on how to give great customer service. So Jake, Mike, you did well with those girls. Keep them around forever. They are awesome, and the food is fantastic. You're right.
Absolutely. The nachos, what do you think about the nachos? Have you had those yet?
Fantastic. Yeah. Everything about their food is great. The only thing, and it's not a complaint, but they don't serve their soups in the summer. That's a fall to spring thing. And those girls will be the first to tell you the broccoli cheddar soup is my favorite soup that they have. And I got to wait till September to get it again.
That's okay, though. It'll be coming soon.
It'll be worth it. It'll
totally be worth it. So there you go. Check out your local Subway stores. They're in the Maple Valley Center in Farmington.
Exciting news coming too.
Oh, yeah. And
Can't
then, of
tell you
course,
what.
we probably can't. Well, no, we can't. We better
Nope,
not now.
better
We're going to keep
not.
you waiting. Keep you waiting. Park Hills, they're still in downtown. The Park Hills subway location you've known and loved for so many years. And then, of course, the Deloge Walmart Supercenter is where you find Subway in Deloge as well. Subway, eat fresh. Let's check your events. They are brought to you by Discover Farmington. More than you ever imagined. DiscoverFarmingtonMo.com allows you to find out more about entertainment, dining, outdoor activities, wineries, and more.
Farmington, Missouri, your destination for a perfect weekend getaway. Dine in at one of our quality restaurants or visit one of our surrounding wineries. Farmington offers a variety of parks and other recreational leisure time activities. See some sights, have some fun, and go wherever your heart takes you. Sounds like a lot of fun, so get a room and stay a while. All this and more awaits you just 60 miles south of St. Louis. Discover Farmington today.
Mom's Cafe offering up a free meal this Wednesday at the Methodist Church in Farmington.
The Cherokee Art Exhibition will take place June 11th from 4 to 6 at the Longhouse in Farmington.
There's a Men's Health Day coming up Friday, 8 to noon at the St. Francis County Health Center. Lots of free tests available. An optional PSA test for $12.
Missouri State Mine's Rock Swap is June 14th and 15th, 9 to 4 each day. Guided interpretive tours of the mine trails and the mine museum.
The Art in the Garden, a plein air event and community contest, is Saturday, June 14th from 8 until 3 at the Farmington Community Garden at the corner of Perrine and Boyce under the water tower. There's going to be cash prizes, live music. All artists are invited to display their work in the Farmington Public Library Art in the Garden exhibit.
The Mark Griggs Memorial Kiwanis Golf Tournament happens June 16th, 1 o'clock at Crown Point Golf Club in Farmington.
Movies in the Park, Long Park, Farmington, June 20th. See Turbo and get free popcorn and lemonade from First State Community Bank.
Park Hills Summer Concert Series continues on June the 20th with Audio Glow performing at the Amphitheater in Columbia Park in Park Hills.
Third Annual Summer Nights Art Festival, June 20th and 21st, downtown Farmington.
Farmington Water Park presents the Summer Bash, June 24th, 11 to 6 p.m. Music, trivia, and pool games.
The Space Museum and Grissom Center presents Show Me Sci-Fi Space 2025, June 28th at Bonne Terre. Cosplay contest, R2-D2 from Star Wars, B9 from Lost in Space, and Hollywood creators and more.
Going to be a big time. Again, that's June 28th. Downtown Block Party happening right behind us on July 11th, 7 to 10 p.m., featuring Mountain Mischief, a free concert presented by Discover Farmington.
Dive in a movie featuring Jaws, July 19th at the Farmington Water Park at 6:30.
Movies in the Park in Long Park in Farmington, July 24th. You can see E.T.
And then go home.
Yes.
And Chris Cagle will be at the St. Francis County Fair August 2nd, part of the St. Francis County Fair.
And Blues, Brews, and Barbecue September 19th and 20th in downtown Farmington. And coming up in our interview with Jeremy Horton, we'll have a big announcement for you, as you will find out who will be the musical entertainment for this year's Blues, Brews, and Barbecue, again, September 19th and 20th. And those are your events. They are presented by Discover Farmington. Find out about local events. Even book a wedding or day trip at discoverfarmingtonmo.com. Heimberger Construction, heimbergerconstruction.com, 431-4387. Heimberger Construction has done some amazing work in not just the Parkland, but the region.
Yeah, they're all over the Midwest. They do high-quality work using the best materials. And best of all, you've got Jennifer Heimberger, who kind of headlines things and gears everything up. She'll sit with you. She'll find out what your plans are, what your wants are, what you're building toward, and she will get you the right products, the right building. So if you're adding on, if you're making a new addition, Heimberger Construction, they're the folks you want to see.
And they sell Butler buildings because they are the best metal building system on the market and the only building that has the pre-punched roof system and standard 360-degree roof seam for their standing seam roof. HeimbergerConstruction.com has all the examples locally of the great work that they have done, and the list just keeps growing and growing. If you need construction work done, you need to contact Heimberger Construction today, since 1978. Again, learn more at heimbergerconstruction.com.
Discover a new path to beauty, wellness, and longevity at Valor Wellness and Longevity Clinic, now open in Farmington.
At the core, we're about functional and longevity and wellness. For us, it's really about finding the best technology that we can bring to the community and be able to provide these services to help people live a better life.
Cutting edge and regionally exclusive technology like ExoMind, a non-invasive brain stimulation treatment to improve mental well-being, and the Emsella Chair, a non-invasive treatment for urinary incontinence and other pelvic floor issues. Valor Wellness. Live well, live long, live Valor.
Let's do your birthdays for the 52nd time here on the Parkland Podcast. These are your birthdays for the week of June the 9th. Don't forget to let us know about your birthdays. Hit us up on our various social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, the TikTok, or email us oldschool jkldigmed@gmail.com, or stop Mark Toady in the Save a Lot aisle and ask.
Yes,
anyways,
please do.
yes, Monday, June the 9th. Who do you have, Mr. Birthday Sir?
My buddies Howard and Cullen Klepsik celebrate a birthday on Monday. Two of the best kids you'll ever meet. Great soccer players, better human beings. That's a birthday wish from your mama, Miss Sherry, and all of your family. Hope you guys are doing well. I've known them since the day they were born. Watched them all play soccer this past year, and they are great kids. They go to St. Pius High School. Hope you guys have a great birthday. Greg Moyers, happy birthday to you. He and his wife. And Mr. Country Days.
Mr. Country Days.
Mr. Country Days. Rocky Good.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrating a birthday on Monday. Rocky, happy birthday wishes to you from your wife, your kids, your grandkids. Thank you for being such a great human being.
Being such a good human being.
He's not
good.
he's so good he's great.
He's so good, he's good. It's only funny when you say it 3 times. Hey, it's my anniversary Monday. I should talk about that, right? Happy anniversary to my lovely wife, Kayla. Of course, she did the camera work at the Country Days Parade. Did a fantastic job. Was watching some of that back this morning as I prepped for the show. We got married the week after Country Days because yourself and Brandon Geiler and some other folks we knew weren't going to be available, Greg Camp, if we had the wedding during Country Days weekend, because originally we were looking at June the 2nd and then decided to go with June 9th. So I said, no, it has to be the week after Country Days so all my radio friends can be there.
There you go.
So happy anniversary, babe. Golly, how long has it been? 2007, 18 years. Yeah, don't worry, you're not going to get in trouble for not knowing how long I've been married.
Yeah, I know where the blame's going to go there.
Exactly. That also means it's my sister-in-law's birthday. Jessica Lowry celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday, Jessica, from your wonderful husband, John Lowry, and, of course, your wonderful children, Brody, Tinley, and Easton. They all love you very, very much. Barb Towler.
Good girl.
Absolutely. Piano teacher for a lot of folks in the community for years and years and years, and just a sweet human being. Always good to see her at the Baby Boomer concert. She hasn't been in the show the last few years, but she still comes to the show, her and Bill.
She was there last year.
But not as a performer, I don't think.
No, she was a performer.
She was performing last year?
She played the keyboards.
Oh, man. Well, boy, I feel like a
Because I remember I sat right there by
That's
her.
right, because you came. That was your first
Yes.
Baby Boomer concert. That's right. So Barb wasn't it. Barb, apparently you were just so cool that I didn't even,
Well, she keeps Bill out of trouble.
She
that's
does,
a
and
full-time
that's,
job.
yeah, absolutely. So happy birthday, Barb. Hope it's a great day for you. And Craig Wilkinson celebrating a birthday today, a Secret Deloge wrestling legend.
Nice.
So Craig with a birthday on Monday. How about Tuesday, June the 10th?
Tuesday, our buddy Mike Hayes. He was a guest on our parade coverage Friday night. Owner of Hayes Service Center for years and years and years and years. And just an all-around good dude. He kept my car running when my car had no business running back about 10 years ago. So, Mike, happy birthday wishes to you. Sheila Curry, happy birthday to you from Dale and all the kids. Hope you're doing well. Happy birthday wishes going out to Susie LaChance. Susie, hope you're doing great. Used to see her at Sticks and Steins a lot. And Becky Owens celebrating a birthday Tuesday. Happy birthday to you, Becky, from your kids, from Jeff, of course, and from all of your family. I've been wishing her a happy birthday for at least the last 15, 20 years.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting lost in the Dixieland again. Happy birthday to a real good buddy of mine, Brian Isgrig. Brian had a surprise birthday party on Friday night at the Corner Pocket in Bonne Terre. So great to hang out with Izzy. Friday night got to see TJ. He was there, Izzy's cousin. And great time seeing all the guys. Chris Ferguson, big shout out. I told you I'd give you a shout out on the podcast. And happy birthday, Brian. Daniel Jaycox, one of our biggest supporters of the podcast, listens to every episode. Daniel, Employee of the Year at Mineral Area College this past year, too.
Nice.
So doing very, very well. Happy birthday, Daniel, from Pam and the family. They all love you very much. And Justin Kelly of Park Hills celebrating a birthday on Tuesday. Happy birthday, Justin. Hope it's an awesome day for you. What about Wednesday, June the 11th?
Hey, our buddy, the coach, Charlie Causey, celebrating birthday on Wednesday. Charlie, I don't know. It might be easier to list where you haven't coached at over the years. But we hope you have a fantastic birthday.
Great referee, too.
Yeah, he's just an all-around good guy. And speaking of all-around good guys, John Yao. If you look up the definition of trouble in the dictionary, there will be a picture of John Yao there, and it'll say 1/16 of the actual lifetime size. When we did coverage of the bear last year, we used some of his photographs, and we had an interview with John on the podcast for that.
Oh, that was great. We need to have him on just like uncut.
Well, we know we need to have a bleep switch if we get John.
We don't have to do that. We just, mark it explicit.
No, we do.
Oh,
we
man. Do. Is that all you have for Wednesday?
Yeah, we do. No, there's no doubt.
Yeah. Stephen Tilley, former state representative. He's some kind of lobbyist, I believe, now.
He is. He was state rep. I remember one time I interviewed him, and he says, Mark, tell me anything you want. Just don't tell me you'll ever run against me because I don't think I could beat you. I got a kick out of that.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Stephen. Hope it's a great day for you. And Daryl Berry celebrating a birthday on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Daryl. Hope things are awesome for you. Thursday, June 12th, who you got?
Oh, the gal who makes some of the best salsa in all of St. Francis County, Sam Nicholson. Happy birthday wishes to you, Miss Sam. I hope you are doing fantastic. Her son is in the entertainment business, and she won't let me say what for, but he's been very, very successful.
Oh, so he's like a Blue Man from the Blue Man Group or something like that?
No, he's helps out with movies and stuff like that, but that's all I can really say until she gives us the okay. But, Sam, happy birthday to you. Keep making that salsa. She loves her George Strait. Happy birthday to Dean Barry, the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, he's a good guitar player.
The singing, guitar playing preacher. Happy birthday to you, Dean. Hope you're doing good. Star Barnes, happy birthday to you. I got to know her when she worked at Spokes Pub and Grill. She was a great server there. I hope you're doing great. Lily Estes, she is a sweetheart. Happy birthday wishes to you. Her mama works for the Farmington Regional Chamber of Commerce. Julie, good happy post-country days to you as well. Lily is a doll. Happy birthday to you from all of your family. And Brandon Warren celebrates a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Brandon. Great artist, great tattoo guy, the son of Steve and stepson of Ursula Warren. So we hope you have a great day. That's from your wife, Melanie, your kids, and all your family.
Happy birthday to the head coach of the North County Raiders, Brian Jones, celebrating a birthday on Thursday. Happy birthday to you from your wife, your daughters, your mom, and, of course, all of your current and former players, they all wish you well. Chris Denman celebrating a birthday on Thursday as well. Chris, Farmington graduate from back in the day, and he has a very successful podcast going as well. I mean, we've done it a year now, so we can call ourselves successful podcasters. Happy birthday, Chris. Hope it's a great day for you. What about Friday, June the 13th?
Friday, happy birthday wishes to Dustin Wynick. He is the former mayor of Leadington.
Yes.
And a city councilman there. But he's probably best known as being the dad of Raylan Wynick, who won the Country Days talent show a couple of different times. Got a fabulous singing voice. Dustin, he's pretty okay, too. Happy birthday to you, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Melissa Wiles, happy birthday to you from your husband, Tim, and from all of your family. Ashley Akers, happy birthday to you. I interviewed her several times on the radio back in the day. The wonderful Cindy Sebastian celebrates a birthday on Friday. Happy birthday to you from Matt and from your kids and from all your friends and family. Our good buddy, Kevin Brooks.
Kevin Brooks.
Celebrating a birthday on Friday. A lot of things to like about Kevin. A few things we're still a little shaky about, but a lot of things to like about Kevin. But one of the things I like the most about him is he's older than I am.
Yes, he is technically by like a full amount because Friday, June 13th is this guy's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mark Toady, the wisher of everybody else's birthdays. How does it feel?
Well, you know what? I'm not as old as Kevin, and that helps helps a lot. But I do remember when I went to school, and I voted for FDR in the first election. No, I'm just kidding about that. No,
I was just like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I know he was president in the 40s, so that would have been fine. Now, Kevin, on the other hand, might have qualified.
He might have. Happy birthday, sir.
Yeah, love doing the birthdays.
Jill Caliendo celebrated a birthday on Friday as well. Happy birthday to Jill. And Al Kinnan with a birthday on Friday, too. Happy birthday, Al. Hope it's a great day for you. What about Saturday, June 14th?
Saturday, Ashlyn Roberts celebrates a birthday. She works at Sticks and Stein. She's also a hairstylist, and she is just an awesome, awesome gal. Love listening to her tell stories because she's so good at it. Ashlyn, happy birthday to you from your husband and all your family. Michelle Chitwood celebrating a birthday. She went to Eureka High School about the same time I did. She's aged much better than I did. Her niece works at Subway in Farmington. She's one of the Subway girls.
Oh, cool.
So I'm pretty sure that Michelle can get a good deal on a Subway sandwich anytime she wants. And Candy Waylock celebrated. Candy Burns Waylock celebrates a birthday. She used to work for the Farmington Press Leader for several years.
Oh, the press leader.
Yes, and she went to a lot of the Farmington City Council meetings that I went to, and trust me, she was a lot more interesting than the Farmington City Council meetings were. Love Candy.
Did she get better quotes because of that, you think?
I'm sure she did. I still keep up with her. We'll talk every couple of months through Facebook, and she always says if she's living in Atlanta now and if I ever come that way, I should come visit her. And I always say if you come back to Farmington,
right, yeah.
I'll take you guys around to the winery. But, happy birthday to you from your husband, from your kids. I hope you are doing fantastic. I really like Candy. She's the other Candy. We know Candy from the Chamber and Candy. She was Candy Burns when she worked here, Candy Waylock. Now, happy birthday to you.
I want to wish a happy birthday on Saturday to Bonne Terre Alderman Bruce Pratt, former co-worker. Now, finally, they're going to let him finally retire from Unitech.
Yeah.
He's tried to retire 3 years in a row, and they're like, no, come back. But now that he's officially retired, but he needed something to do, so he ran for an alderman position, and he's back on the board in Bonne Terre. Happy birthday, Mr. Pratt. Hope it's an awesome day for you from Julie and everybody in the family. Dan Chapman. Dan is Edward Jones' agent in Deloge. Happy birthday, Dan. Hope you have a great day. Former Deloge alderperson Kelly Harris with a birthday on Saturday. Happy birthday, Kelly. Hope it's a great day for you. And Paige Volkin, I believe she used to be the Deloge Chamber of Commerce Executive Director. So Paige celebrating a birthday on Saturday as well. And then finally we wrap it up with Sunday, June the 15th. Some big birthdays here.
Yeah, happy birthday first of all to Pam Ross. That's from your husband, Doug, a longtime dentist in the area. All your kids, all your family. Pam is just a sweetheart. And then some birthdays where we both know the folks very, very well. Mark Easter, who we stopped and said hi to.
He was covered in foam.
He was covered in foam at the Country Days Parade. But
he looked like he was wandering.
Mark would be happy to sell you a vehicle.
Yes, he would.
If you would want to stop by and see him. Happy birthday to Lance Mayfield.
Yes.
I always said whatever Kevin Engler is locally to St. Francis County, Lance kind of is to Iron County and the Viburnum area.
Especially Viburnum, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's a champion for
man,
that area, no
so
doubt.
many good causes. I had a guy you know better than I, and I know him pretty well. Greg, the man, the myth, the legend. Give me a beer, can't. But it can't be domestic.
Has to be an IPA.
It has to be an IPA. Or
he had he started I guess it was the Delogetown Brewery. I think
his
it was
garage.
His garage, and then eventually I think it moved out to the St. Francis Winery. I want to say that was outside of Park Hills on 3rd. Anyways, but he had that the Delogetown Brewery, and he was looking for names of like the different beers. And there's a trailer park right on the edge of Deloge and Park Hills, Bannister City. I don't know if you're familiar with Bannister.
I used to date a girl.
Yeah. And so that could be a totally awesome radio story. Anyways,
yes, it could actually.
So I was like, what about Bannister City Brew? And he's like, no. I was like, come on, man, it's hilarious. It'd be so great to be like a natural light. I mean, come on.
I think he could name one after like Knob Lick and Knob Lick Light.
Knob Lick Light.
This beer's a Knob Licker.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, very good. Happy birthday, Greg. Oh, this is great. This is a lot of fun. Hey, we know that guy. We're going to talk to him in just a little bit. Who else do I have? Oh, Heather McMullen celebrating a birthday on Sunday as well. Happy birthday, Heather. And Greg McDaniel with a birthday on Sunday, too. And those are your birthdays for the week of June the 9th. DiscoverFarmingtonMo.com is the website that I go to every week when I figure out what events we need to publicize in the Parkland Podcast. It's also a great way to find out about day trips. You can even book a wedding on that thing. It's amazing what you can do at DiscoverFarmingtonMo.com. Mark, there's so much in Farmington and the Farmington area that people need to know about.
Yeah, it's not just Farmington when it comes to Discover Farmington, because they realize that what's good for the surrounding communities is good for everyone involved. So if you've got family coming in from out of town, take a look at Discover Farmington. Find a list of things you can do, whether it's to go to a winery, whether it's to go to one of the, 275 state parks we have within 30 miles of Farmington, or upcoming concerts and shows. Discover Farmington can get you hooked up.
Check them out today, DiscoverFarmingtonMo.com. Never too early to start thinking about blues, brews, and barbecue coming in September.
Going to be a great time.
Going to be awesome. We'll be there broadcasting from that event as well. DiscoverFarmingtonMo.com, the website. Go there today.
It's the memories made during a weekend with the girls, a family adventure, or a Sunday stroll in historic downtown. At First State Community Bank, we have a strong passion for small business owners and the students and families who live, work, and play here. Our passion for them runs deep because this is our community too. First State Community Bank. Success starts here.
Black Knight Automotive is hometown proud. Visit them on Weber Road in Farmington, right across from Sonic. Black Knight Automotive is a small-town business making a big difference in how you feel about your automotive service. Let Black Knight Automotive take care of your vehicle so it can take care of you. AC, tires, brakes, motors, and transmission installs. Stop by or call to experience the difference. Black Knight Automotive, 573-664-1213.
Back at Country Days 2025 here on the Parkland Podcast, episode 52. We have another repeat guest joining us here, and that is the Honorable presiding over his very first Country Days as the Mayor of Farmington, Chris Morrison. How are you on this cloudy, maybe stormy morning?
They're not going to rain on our parade. They didn't yesterday. They're not going to do it today. So we're doing good. We're hopefully the weather holds off, and I feel like it's my first one presiding as mayor, but man, it's the first event I did when I came to Farmington was work the beer tent, the Blue Star Saloon.
Yes, Blue Star Saloon. Yeah.
Dave Burke and Heather and a bunch of people. So it's great every year. Our kids are excited for Country Days, so we love it.
So all the major political leaders have their Secret Service agents that go with them everywhere and protect them. I see you brought your protection with you, too.
I did. This is Crosby. He looks unassuming, but don't mess with him. So, you wanna say what's up?
What's up?
How old are you, Crosby?
11.
11, so you're going into 6th grade?
Yeah.
Very cool. What sports are you involved in?
Baseball, football, soccer, and basketball.
What's your favorite out of all that?
Don't really have a favorite.
Depends on the season, I think.
Depends on the season. Right. What position do you play in baseball?
Second base and shortstop.
Ooh, you have to be a pretty good athlete, especially at shortstop. So, what's the name of your team?
The Scrappers.
The Scrappers? Do you win more than you lose?
What are you this year? Probably 500. Yeah, probably 500 this year.
All right, very good.
It's a good age group. You know, they're 11, 12 years old. They start playing real baseball. Like some of these pitchers are like, they're pretty big kids because you have to turn 12 by a certain date. So some of these kids are in junior high.
Right. And some of them have like facial hair.
Yeah, they're driving to the game. Yeah. They're as tall as me, and so he's holding his own. That's all right. Got Danny Almonte. They're checking both.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew that guy, dude. So what's your first couple of months as mayor been like?
It's been good. On council, I kind of took this approach too, just trying to understand, processes, how we do things. It's a little bit different, as mayor. I'm meeting with Greg quite a bit, just understanding things to maybe do a little deeper level. Been around to a few of the departments, still making some rounds. We went out and hung out with the electrical department guys. We've had a lot of things happening with the sports complex, as you mentioned, finished up. As everyone knows, we've had a lot of work going on downtown. I know it can be a pain sometimes, but that's the ugly stuff that we have to do to keep up with. And the water main replacement, those things aren't maybe as exciting, but I think over the last 20, 25 years, we've done a pretty good job keeping up with that stuff. Our infrastructure's in good shape. Greg and his team do a great job with that. So it's been good. We've with Memorial Day, I think next Thursday will only be my 3rd or 4th actual council meeting since taking over, but it's been good, getting the council involved. We have a new member, and then we have Vince Coughlin's going to be coming on Thursday to replace my seat. And so we'll have 2 new council folks, and, it's exciting. So.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Thursday's meeting, and I don't want to bring up a sore subject, but I hear it could have a lot of public participation. I know I've heard talk about mosquito fogging and whatnot. Tell us about that.
So we did. We were scheduled to do mosquito fogging, I think, start on June 2nd. They put a Facebook post out, and some people reached out with concerns. And so we just decided to pause it until the next council meeting and let them come out and be heard. I think it's important. That's what we're here to do. That mosquito fogging started, I think, 10 years ago when the Zika virus was really, coming onto the scene. Everyone was worried, and we started doing it at the request of citizens. So, and we've just done that. And I know Greg, and they do a lot of research in it. They do what they feel is the safest way to do it. But it doesn't mean that we need to keep doing it. So it's not something that we are, married to having to do this. Again, it's something that it came up at the request of citizens. So it's something that I think it's worth hearing out and seeing if we should continue it, or are we doing the best thing we can and just listening. So I think we're in a time now where people feel like they have to be, I don't want to say contentious, but it's like, us versus them. And I don't think that's what government's about. I think it's about listening to the people, and our neighbors and seeing what's best for Farmington. And that's what we're going to do on Thursday night. And, we love when people come out. I think it's great.
That's actually good, because a little contention always leads to a lot of contention, but you're kind of nipping it in the bud.
Yeah, just let's see your information. I think it's important to do. Again, I don't think that it's like, I think we watch a lot of TV and you see like it's, us versus them mentality. And I just don't, I've never had that feel from my time on council or my time now. So I think that's why we're doing this. Let's get out and hear everyone and see what, I said this when we were campaigning. It's one of those cliches that I probably try to live by, is seek other people's perspective, try to be seek to understand before trying to be understood. So I think it's important to just see where people are coming from and,
Favorite country days memory? You've been to a few of them now. Maybe something that the kids did or something cool like that that's happened to you over the years?
Crosby, we're celebrating a birthday in our house. Do you know who it is?
It's my pet goldfish.
So we came down like 5 years ago. Probably not. I got in the doghouse on this one, but they had a goldfish thing, and we won a goldfish. Two, actually. Flo and Crosby got a goldfish. Well, there's one still living in our house. And
wow.
There's one person that cleans the tank. Who's that?
Mom.
Yeah. So Mom's probably not thrilled that goldfish has outlived its life expectancy at the house. But that was a pretty good one. We kind of joke about it all the time. We just realized last week that it was having a birthday. So that's been good. I remember again, probably my early memories was just working the Blue Star Saloon. And for me, it was getting to know people. That was my first not being from here originally. That was my first opportunity to get to know everyone. And what a cool event to be able to have down here. And just watch as it's expanded. And all the volunteers. I mean, the chamber office, the workers, and they do a great job, but takes those volunteers to community coming together. It's been really fun to watch it grow.
And it's a good partnership between the city and the chamber, because I know the chamber is kind of the overseeing agency with this, but it's still a showcase for the city.
Absolutely.
And the city puts in a lot of manpower hours to get ready and during the festival.
They do, yeah. You have a lot of people coming to town. And anytime you have an opportunity to show off your community, I think it's important. And they do a great job getting everything ready, and they're sitting over there today in the truck, running all the electric and doing everything, the street crews, ammo, all those guys are just working their butts off to make this happen. So it's a team effort. We, again, anytime you can showcase your community and anytime people come to Farmington, they usually walk away loving it because it's a great community.
Well, I guess you're not too far away from starting the budget process, are you?
You know what? I had an email yesterday from Greg on the audit. We kind of just finished that. We're going to start having some budget meetings here throughout this summer. Our fiscal year ends in October, so it's a process, and it's good. And it's again a kind of a different perspective for me. I was on council and kind of digging in now as mayor, maybe getting a little more involved in some of those things. So I'm looking forward to it. And we'll see. It's a big budget. The city's a big entity that operates, having our own electric and as we've grown. So it's takes some work to get it done. So the crew, Greg and the administrative team and Michelle, Daniel, they do a great job. So
any new items that are possibly in this budget that people might be interested in?
Offhand, I can't think of anything. Obviously, with the capital improvements like we did with the sports complex, some of that stuff is spread out over the life of that bond. So I think the next project here at the end of the water park season is the outdoor water park's going to go under some renovations. So that's exciting. They're still doing some work at the Civic Center. We always have big street projects and things like that go into capital improvement items. In that. So I think, that's going to be exciting to see. Again, I mentioned the sports complex a while ago. I think that turned out awesome. It really nice. The crowds, and I don't know if it's guys like him that are just playing some really high-quality baseball.
Everybody got to be it.
It must be what it is. But the crowds, I talked to Laney the other day, the new concession stand's awesome, but the concessions are up. And it's just really neat to see everyone out there. It's hard to find a parking spot. So
very good. That's a problem you want.
Yep.
Awesome. We'll let you get out of here. You got a big baseball game to go to.
We're going to go see if we can bring
Who's
home a
your
winner.
favorite Cardinal?
Mason Wynn.
Mason Wynn, pretty solid selection. He's dating a girl from Bonne Terre. Oh, you probably know all about Gianna,
Crosby has this autographed notebook piece of paper from Mason Wynn.
Oh,
nice. Where were we at? You're at
Christmas tournament.
Yes.
Down at the Christmas tournament. So.
And I remember watching him. He sat there and he took selfies or gave autographs to anybody. But he was classy about it.
Right.
He didn't do it during the game. It was always either halftime or in between because he didn't want to take away from the kids out on the court.
Absolutely. Crosby, tell them who we sat and had lunch next to last Sunday.
Isaiah Pacheco.
So he went to the Isaiah Pacheco football camp up at Bishop DeBerg. And long story short, we left the camp and we were going to he wanted Raising Cane's. That's his spot. We drove by there. The line was super long, so he's like, we don't need to go here. So we come back. Right by Bishop DeBerg is Salt and Smoke, which is a great barbecue place.
Yes.
So I'm like, let's pull in there. It's pretty quick. Well, we sat down, and we maybe just got our drinks like 3 minutes later. There's a bunch of campers in there, but it's kind of dead. They set us over to the side, a 2-person table. Well, Pacheco and his agent come walking in. They set him right next to us. So his face, he was not excited to be sitting with Dad, but he was excited to be sitting next to Pacheco. So he got a fist bump out of it. It was cool.
Nice job. Nice job.
That was fun.
Very cool. Did you get his agent's business card?
We sent him some film.
Okay,
keep
good,
an eye on
good,
this
good.
Kid. He's
Yes.
shifty,
Yeah, he said, second baseman,
Yeah,
shortstop.
right.
you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for coming on
Thanks
the
for having us.
podcast.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Thanks,
Have a good
guys.
day.
All right.
See ya.
All right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Hey, Father's Day is coming up, and the best way to make sure that your dad has the meat that they need on their grill is to go to the Mega Meat Sale happening at your local Save-A-Lot store on June 14th from 9 to 5 p.m. I know, Mark, you enjoy the meat at Save-A-Lot because it's locally processed and delicious.
I'll tell you what, there are sales. There are meat sales, but when you have a mega meat sale, it better be impressive because folks are going to want to know what makes it so special, and we've got that information right in front of us.
Whole ribeyes, $7.99 a pound. New York
Wow.
strips, $6.99 a pound.
Wow.
Boneless pork loins, $1.79 a pound. Whole boneless pork butts, $1.49 a pound. Pork spare ribs, $1.89 a pound. Williams Bratwurst, 2 for $7. And what about the drink? 6 packs of Pepsi, 4 for $11. J. Higgins chips, 2 for $3. 6 pack of Charmin Basics, because Dad's got to take care of things after that nice meal. $3.99 each. Tide, water, so many more things included. But man, these meat prices are unbelievable.
Watermelon, cantaloupe.
Yeah.
And let's face it, you're going to be buying this for Dad for Father's Day. What's going to make Dad feel more special than a ribeye with his name on it?
Oh, my. And again, just $7.99 per pound for whole ribeyes. New York strips only $6.99 per pound. And so many great deals. And, every day is a great day to shop at your local Save-A-Lot store.
Love Save-A-Lot at your hometown grocery store. Definitely support local.
And check out some of that Bailey Joe's sauce while you're there,
Definitely
too.
check out Bailey Joe's sauces. They are fantastic.
Visit your local Save-A-Lot store and follow them on Facebook, Save-A-Lots of the Lead Belt. Heimberger Construction, HeimbergerConstruction.com, 431-4387. Heimberger Construction has done some amazing work in not just the Parkland, but the region.
Yeah, they're all over the Midwest. They do high-quality work using the best materials. And best of all, you've got Jennifer Heimberger, who kind of headlines things and gears everything up. She'll sit with you. She'll find out what your plans are, what your wants are, what you're building toward, and she will get you the right products, the right building. So if you're adding on, if you're making a new addition, Heimberger Construction, they're the folks you want to see.
And they sell Butler buildings because they are the best metal building system on the market and the only building that has the pre-punched roof system and standard 360-degree roof seam for their standing seam roof. HeimbergerConstruction.com has all the examples locally of the great work that they have done, and the list just keeps growing and growing. If you need construction work done, you need to contact Heimberger Construction today since 1978. Again, learn more at HeimbergerConstruction.com. Our Country Days broadcast continues here on the 52nd episode of the Parkland Podcast. Jeremy Horton joining us from Bailey Joe's Barbecue. And you are enjoying your summer right now. You're right there as people are heading to Elephant Rock and all the great state parks. That should be a part of the travel plan, stopping by Bailey Joe's either on the way or on the way back, right?
You betcha, whether it be, hitting those trails and working up an appetite with that or the rivers, which is my personal favorite. Taking the float trips down that beautiful Black River.
You guys do that a lot, don't you?
We do. We used to be closing up the restaurant quite often so we all could go, but this year we're just breaking off in little groups of 5 or 10 at a time. That way we can still keep operating all summer.
Is that a lot of your clientele, especially this time of the year, people on their way back from a float trip?
For sure. sure. I'd say, if it's not the campers, or the floaters, then it's definitely the hikers and the bikers. Even the mountain bike park across the streets.
Yeah.
That's a lot of guests to the area.
Now, understand, too, if you want to stay an extra night, you know how to take care of people that way.
Well, that's right. Not only do we have great barbecue on site, we also bought the Shepherd Mountain Inn Hotel about 2 years ago. It's been a fun operation for us. We've got a little 30-room hotel with a variety of rooms, ranging from jacuzzi suites and full kitchenettes to just your singles and doubles. It's been a fun little adventure that my parents have been able to retire, and they live there full time and manage the hotel. We make a fresh breakfast each morning for our guests.
Nice.
And, just being able to chat with everybody coming from all over the place has been a lot of fun.
What
It's
is
interesting to see how many people from all over the place are coming to this area.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that in just a minute, but what is it about Bailey Joe's that makes you such a success? Not just in the Arcadia Valley area, but man, and people come from all over to eat at Bailey Joe's. What is it about your food that really brings them in?
Well, it's the sauces and spices. That's what it's all about right now. Getting that sauce out in our grocery stores. It's been a fun experience there. We've been serving our cherry barbecue sauce. We shipped that out all over the country for many years. And now we've kind of ventured down this route where we've partnered with the company out of Kansas City to actually mass produce our sauces. We have 4 flavors of barbecue sauce, our famous cherry glaze, and then our salad dressing as well.
Love the salad dressing.
That's my favorite too.
That one's the one that we're just now getting it out of the laboratory. Got all the nutritional facts finally, got all the details that we need, and we should be hitting the glass bottles hitting the shelves within the next few weeks.
Ah, very good. That's a process that a lot of people would think, oh, you just kind of put it in a bottle, you seal it up, and there you go. There's a lot of steps and different things you have to go through in that, isn't there?
For sure. This took over probably a year and a half of back and forth with the Kansas City laboratories where, they took our recipes, they make a batch, because you can't just take my, 2 cups of this and 4 cups of that and make a 1,000-gallon batch out of it and multiply it out. There's a whole science to it. And it was really neat, getting to meet the really chemists that kind of deal with this, that have the food science degrees and know how to take these small batch recipes and just blow them up into huge batches. Wow. And it's just kind of what you would picture. A guy climbs up a ladder into a great big vat and just dumping bags of sugar into this big old tank. It's quite a process, but took almost a year and a half of kind of going back and forth where we had to tweak an ingredient and go, nope, don't like that, let's put this back, take that out. And then I've been learning a lot about just the things that are in our food when it comes to the preservatives and what kind of things I can sacrifice, those nasty ingredients and still, keep the integrity of the flavor.
Right.
How many years has your family owned Bailey Joe's now?
So we've had the restaurant now for 5 years. We bought it right during COVID.
So did you think 5 years ago that you'd be where you're at today?
I had no idea. I tell you, the hotel definitely threw me for a loop. We had no intentions of doing anything of that nature, but it was right in our backyard, and I'm so glad we did. It's been so much fun. And we always kind of joke around that maybe it's a blessing that we didn't know about the hotel industry or much about it. We just kind of do things the way we think it should be done.
Right, sure.
And it's worked out real well for us.
Yeah, that's great. I was talking to somebody the other day. It's almost like sometimes people are more successful if they go into something not knowing, okay, this is the hard and fast rules for this, this, and this, and they kind of figure out things on your own. They're like, well, that actually does work.
Yeah, and it's hard competing with the big chain, names out there, the Hiltons and the Marriotts of the world, and people are always nervous, when they see that little mom and pop in a, little kind of smaller town out there, and it's great when you look at all the reviews coming in and people talking about what a hidden gem it is. And, those online reviews just make a world of difference for a little mom and pop hotel like we are.
So whenever I go to a restaurant, I always like to say, I want to eat what the cook likes to eat.
Oh.
What is Jeremy Horton? What does your wife, what does your family like to eat?
Well, I tell you, the wife and my daughter, it's the smoked salmon for sure.
Okay.
Now that we've got our cherry glaze in the mix, and we smoke everything on the cherry wood. So you get that nice soft hint of the smoke with the sweetness of that cherry wood. And then we top it off with that cherry glaze, put it back on the smoker and let it roll around and get all caramelized and good and sticky. And that's been such a hit. We started it with Lent just on the weekends, and we're cooking a couple fillets a day. It's been impressive. But my personal favorite is the beef. I like the prime rib, and that's definitely a unique item that you don't find a whole lot of places. And a lot of times it's cooked in the oven, that sort of thing. To find a smoked prime rib on that cherry wood, it's definitely top notch. My favorite.
I'm getting so hungry right
All
now.
right,
Pork steaks are what we're famous for, though.
Yes,
you can't.
the pork
we
steaks
can't go on
are
without talking about the pork
amazing.
steaks.
Oh, man.
I've gained 3 pounds just listening to you talk about your food.
Let's talk about Discover Farmington now.
Yeah.
And I think when people, obviously, they hear the name Farmington, they're thinking, okay, it's all about Farmington. But it's about the whole region, isn't it?
It is. It is. I mean, we have a lot of great treasures in our area. Whether it's retail shopping, the wineries, the trails, there's all kinds of awesome things to do in this area. And just like we have right behind us here, another street festival. It's that time of year. It's time to get the bands out in the streets and have some fun.
Well, speaking of that, you're a big part of Blues, Brews, and Barbecue.
Correct.
You're set up right there by the main stage, and we have in front of us the music schedule for this year's Blues, Brews, and Barbecue, announced, debuted specifically on the Parkland Podcast. Are we ready to go?
Exciting, yes.
All right, Friday, the entertainment will feature the Mineral Area Fine Arts Academy Blues and Soul Review, and I am quite sure the music you're hearing in the background, some of the same musicians will be a part of that as well. They'll play at 5 o'clock. At 6:15, it's the Blues Review, and then at 8 o'clock, this sounds awesome, the Blue Moon Blues Band will be performing. And then on Saturday, wow, I didn't realize they had 7 different acts on Saturday, including the Joe Waters Acoustic show at 11:30, followed by the Howard Mahan Band. Kilbourne Alley, who I've heard play before, is really good, will perform at 2 o'clock. Joe Waters Acoustic at 3:45. Carly Harvey at 4:30. Hector and Chando will perform at 6:15. And then at 8 o'clock, wrapping it up, a guy who's been to Blues, Brews, and Barbecue a couple of different times, I believe, over the years, Nick Schneblin will be performing. And I am sure you can go to discoverfarmingtonmo.com to get more information. But there's also, it's not just about the blues, it's also about the brews, and definitely about the barbecue, and that's something you're a big part of.
It is. That's kind of my favorite part of it. It's that barbecue competition. We usually get about 20 teams from all over the place coming down to compete in their competition. There's always opportunities for judges. If you're interested in that, you got to get ahead of time and get sanctioned. But there's definitely opportunity, and I tell you, that's one that I've been able to be a part of, and definitely worth it for sure.
Oh, I got to judge 1 year.
Yeah?
And I got to tell you, I had a whole lot of great barbecue that day. But Jeremy takes care of me because I'm always out announcing the bands. About every half hour, though, during the competition, Jeremy will come out and say, here's a couple wings. Here's some pulled pork. Here's some brisket, and I'm like, I like this guy.
Right,
What's nice about being running around behind the scenes is once everybody gets done judging, all those samples kind of go onto the table.
Yes.
Now, us that are eating them have no idea who cooked what by any means, and it's a free-for-all. But, boy, there are some good eating on them tables.
They're definitely so. Definitely so.
If somebody, like maybe they've been complimented on their barbecuing skills over the years, and they want to get into this competition, how do they do that?
So you sign up on our website, discovermo.com, or discoverfarmington.com. And actually, if you've never competed before, please reach out to us on Messenger. I've got a few spots available that we would like to waive the entry fee to kind of take a little bit of that pressure off for that backyard guy. I'd love to see some locals getting in here and seeing what they can do with some of these, pros. Last year we were able to open it up to 5 new guys, and I think they all kind of got the itch, and I know a bunch of them might be coming back.
Yeah, well, Nick Gibson will be there, I'm quite sure.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I think they're already on the list.
So do you do it like, okay, here's all the wings, here's all the ribs, or how do the categories work?
Yeah, so there's a category for the pork, there's a category for beef, ribs, and chicken. So 4 different categories, and it all kind of happens on Saturday morning. So really, if you're wanting to chat with these guys, you got to kind of come down on Friday night and chat. Because if you start walking around that 10 to noon mark around these guys, they are in total their game, doing what they do best, and they don't have the time to talk.
They are there very early in the morning, too.
A lot of them stay overnight.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, it's a good time on Friday night to get to talking to them. Because, boy, it's just sitting around and setting up your grills, and it's a party all night long.
And there's some pretty big prize money for this.
There is. The prize pool is quite large. It pays out in multiple different categories. And like I said, it draws out a crowd from all over the place. And a lot of these guys, the pro competitors are getting some points to kind of go along. So yeah, it's quite an event and quite the opportunity for the guy that gets some bragging rights in their backyard to get up here and see what they can do. I personally had a couple of my friends enter last year, and they ranked pretty decently over some of these guys. Obviously didn't win by any means,
Right.
but it's just fun to see how high you can rank with them.
So you can tell the difference between somebody that does this, every weekend professionally as opposed to someone who's just kind of getting into it as a hobby.
It was more fun the Friday night when everybody's talking about their plans.
Yeah.
A couple of my guys were going, I'm not listening to you. I'm doing it my way. And I tell you, it's quite a bit different than what the pros do, from what we do at home. But, they held their own and did pretty well in the results.
That's awesome.
That's the fun thing, too, is you get the full list of results when it's all done.
Right.
You'll see which each judge scored each item at, and it's kind of fun to dig through, especially if you got some skin in the game.
We could talk Discover Farmington all podcast long, and we thank them so much for being a sponsor. But I want to go back to Bailey Joe's Barbecue for a minute or so here, and I have two questions for you. Well, a question and a comment. What's the furthest away somebody has come to eat at Bailey Joe's? Do you have?
Well, it was a solar eclipse, I think, was kind of one of my records.
Yeah.
'Cause that weekend in particular, I just kind of jotted down, and we had a map that everybody was kind of pinning where they came from. We actually had quite a few from Australia, had a couple from Spain, had a guy from the Netherlands. That was probably the peak weekend, at least, of all the different license plates in the parking lot. It was pretty neat.
So you want another eclipse real soon, right?
Oh, if I could schedule those, I'd do them every year.
I also want to brag, not just on you, but Jessica as well, your whole family. You guys are so generous with your time and your talents and your resources. You have helped out tons of good causes throughout the area with barbecue and donations, gift cards, and things. In fact, I've got like 4 Bailey Joe's gift cards sitting at my house from like the Feed My Sheep fundraiser and other things. You guys really give back to the community.
Well, we couldn't be here without them. It's definitely, the support of the community, and now that we're getting our sauce out in the grocery stores, we're just kind of expanding that footprint even larger. And let's face it, that's what it's all about, is giving back and doing everything that we can to support everyone around us. One of our new adventures right now is we've been working with the FDA to get, and we've actually got approval now to do some bottling on site down at Bailey Joe's. Oh. So instead, the Kansas City company is going to be sending us 5-gallon buckets, and we're going to be able to down pack them to those small little 8-ounce bottles. And we're hoping to kind of work with groups like the Shelter Workshop to help us with some of that work.
Oh,
and,
great.
Instead of paying these food science guys out in Kansas City, to do these twist top bottling, we're going to bring a lot of those labor dollars to our area. So that's something we're real excited about, and hopefully going to start building some facilities to really make this happen.
By the way, I think we should mention before we go any further, you're located in the heart of the beautiful Arcadia Valley. You also cater.
You bet. Now we cater just about all over the place.
Yes.
We've had a couple jobs all the way up in Jeff City before, done a few weddings out in Cape Girardeau. Wedding is our bread and butter. That's the smoked meats just go great to serve the masses.
They do,
it's, between those pork steaks and the chicken, and I was able this year during Christmas to get my personal favorite out. We did the carving station with our prime rib, and talk about a heck of a meal to stand there, and slicing that big old piece of beef. And it was fun this year. Now we got the salmon, so that's even fun too now.
It was my favorite, one of my favorite totally awesome radio stories. I was at the Civic Center working out. You were catering a meal for U.S. Tool, correct, I think it was. And I'm up there on the elliptical. I'm sweating. I'm going to town. And Jeremy looks up and says, "Mark, you look hungry." And I'm like, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm not so stupid. I'm going to say no to a Bailey Joe's to-go box. And you guys hooked me up. Oh, just an example of just how good you are in the community.
Well,
man.
And I got to say, for that particular day, I'm glad you got fed, because the fire alarms went off, and we ended up having to evacuate that large
remember you telling me
that. Just gotten that meal done served. And I think everybody had gotten their plate and had actually ate their meal. The boy, the fire alarms went off, and everybody had to evacuate. I mean, it was a huge party. It was one for the books.
No doubt.
Is there anything on the horizon in the future coming up, in addition to the sauces and other things that Bailey Joe's might be? Because you're always looking to the future.
We are. I actually have another sauce that's in the laboratory at the moment. I got a poppy seed dressing we're kind of working on. So, it's been kind of fun. I actually recently have been up in Jeff City as I was working with the FDA and some of those things. And, the lieutenant governor is kind of helping us out. And
Nice.
they kind of picked up our sauce, and they're going to be doing some pitches to like Schnooks and Deerbergs and some of the bigger boys.
Hey,
so
good.
that's
You're at
gonna help a
Save-A-Lot,
ton.
by the way,
We
right?
are at Save-A-Lot. We are in all the local country marts and town and countries. We're in Crystal and Richards. Just about any of the little local mom and pop kind of grocery stores in the area. You know, it's local supporting locals. You know, I didn't really necessarily have the intention of going down the Schnooks and Deerbergs and, you know, the big boy route, but, you know, why not? You know,
Yeah.
we've got a great product and let it fly.
Take
So,
advantage of your resources, like you
sure.
said. Yeah.
Very good. So Blues Brews Barbecue coming up in September. We got the music. We got an inside look at how you can get involved in the competition. Again, discoverfarmingtonmo.com, the website. That's where you can find out all that information. I guess stop by and see you this summer on the way to Elephant Rock or
That's
wherever
right.
you're going, right?
Or pick up some great barbecue sauce out of the grocery stores.
Very
Got 4
good.
flavors of sauce, the cherry glaze, and a salad dressing.
And how can folks find you online, social media?
BaileyJoesBarbecue.com, all the normal social medias, the Facebook, the Instagrams, all the fun stuff that's out there.
Jeremy, you do a great job in every aspect of what you do.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. You guys have a great day.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Jeremy Horton joining us here for our Country Days podcast here on the Parkland Podcast.
Discover a new path to beauty, wellness, and longevity at Valor Wellness and Longevity Clinic, now open in Farmington.
At the core, we're about functional and longevity and wellness. For us, it's really about finding the best technology that we can bring to the community and be able to provide these services to help people live a better life.
Cutting edge and regionally exclusive technology like ExoMind, a non-invasive brain stimulation treatment to improve mental well-being, and the Emsella Chair, a non-invasive treatment for urinary incontinence and other pelvic floor issues. Valor Wellness. Live well, live long, live Valor.
Have a seat. So this is Facebook Live here?
Yeah, see? We
Hello.
got some people watching.
Oh, hi. How are you? Did I see Stacy Wilfong on there?
Yeah.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Brittany, our shelter manager.
Hi, Brittany.
Brittany.
I
Who else?
interviewed her.
Lisa Birch.
Lisa Bird.
Don Firebaugh. Paula Reed. Casey Hartley. Dana
Dugal Cochran.
Dugal Cochran.
Yeah.
Tarina Man. Tawana Man. Denise Sebastian. Kara Kane.
Sarah Kane's our therapist at the agency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Brittany Ross.
everybody's waiting to.
Hey,
Hi,
make sure
hey.
Kara knows to be there for the grant presentation, too, by the way.
Yes, she said that. Stacy says, "Hey, Jason."
Hi, Stacy.
What about me?
Oh. Brittany says, "Good luck to all 100 people."
Okay. All right.
Right,
Well,
that's-
pop the headphones on. We'll make this a segment here too.
All right, I'm gonna talk and leave it live. What headphones?
Okay.
I don't have to wear headphones, right?
Nope.
Oh,
You're
okay.
good. You're good.
All right.
Back on the Parkland Podcast from Country Days, and we're going to have a drawing for an awesome prize courtesy of the SEMO Family Violence Council. I guess this is a
think I should do
raffle
this somewhere.
that we're there. Yeah, there we go. This way I'm on Facebook Live too. Hello, everybody
Yes, you
watching.
are.
I'm on multiple formats. Which camera do I look at? Which camera do I look at?
Just look at
Yeah,
your main one.
just look at-
Your main job.
Anyways, so you've done a raffle fundraiser for the shelter. Kind of explain how this
Yeah,
works.
So a couple
Hold
of
that
years-
microphone a little closer to you. There you
forgot,
go.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
a couple years ago, we used to do a golf tournament in the summer, and we would do 2 trivia nights, one in the spring, one in fall. And the golf tournaments are a lot of work.
They are a lot of work.
of volunteers need to be involved. It's hot. And after all the expenses, we really didn't make that much. So we kind of went back and forth about different fundraisers that we could do. And we came up with this one that is kind of like, there's no really work involved. And
Ah.
we sell 100 tickets for $100 a piece. And then the winner gets $5,000 and the agency gets $5,000. So we do this as our summer fundraiser in between our 2 trivia nights. And we also kind of used to do the brown bag lunch where we would make the pulled pork sandwich and stuff. And then we had COVID and germs.
Right.
Don't forget about your pretzels.
And we did the pretzels, yes. So we did a lot of kind of different little small food fundraisers. But then we had COVID, germs. It was just a thing. So now we started doing this, and this is really, it's really taken off. It's really good. We get money, and the winner gets money.
Brag about your agency and what you do.
Yes, so Southeast Missouri Family Violence Council. We have been incorporated since 1994, presently located in Bonne Terre in our building since 1999. We are a domestic and sexual violence agency, so we're providing resources, we're providing services such as emergency shelter, court advocacy, sexual assault advocacy. We're providing case management, outreach. We do a lot of community education. The girls just finished up in Central School District, going into the high schools and talking to them about healthy relationships and safe sex and, say no, that kind of stuff. So I have been the executive director since 2015. Oh, it's my 10-year anniversary.
Hey, happy anniversary.
Yay. Tomorrow.
June 9th. Yes. No.
Monday's June 9th.
Yeah,
yes.
Monday.
Wow.
So
When this podcast drops.
Yes. Well, isn't that I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So I kind of started at the bottom as the court advocate and worked my way up through the shelter manager. Then I became the executive director. So, Tracy Carroll, assistant director, case manager. She's case managing for all the ladies that live in the agency in our emergency shelter. You've got Brittany Conway. She's doing the shelter manager. They're doing outreach. We're a very small crew of 11 people, but we're a village and we're doing it.
Cool. All right, Mark, you want to dip in there?
you
I think
go.
all these people on Facebook are like, come on, hurry up and draw. I want to see.
This is. I know they can see me on the podcast, but they really can't see me on the Facebook live feed.
They're looking at you now. I'm holding the phone up.
I'm
kind of like Waylon Jennings in the Dukes of Hazzard. They keep showing my hands, but not my face on TV. Yes. All right, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oops. Oh, so grab that one and bring it back in.
Oh.
Hold on.
Ooh.
I love how everybody folded theirs a certain way.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
we folded them all.
And now I am going to actually close my eyes so I can't be
Eyes are closed.
Eyes are closed. Here we go.
And the winner
Of
$5,000. Oh, my goodness. Crystal Dement. I know Crystal.
Oh, I'm glad you know her because I don't know
if it's
who
the same
she is.
Crystal Dement, congratulations to her.
Yes.
That is
Congratulations,
awesome.
Crystal. If you're watching, congrats. We'll get with you. If you're not watching, we'll find you. Yes.
We'll find you. She'll find you.
Yes.
I know you're getting some money later this month from the United Way of St. Francis County.
We got the letter saying that we get to come. So we rely on that money for kind of unrestricted needs for the agency. We have a lot of people that come in. They may need, maybe their prescription eyeglasses were broke. Maybe their kids need clothes for school. Ladies need clothes for employment. We might need some new bed pillows for all the beds in the agency. So, that money, again, it's great. There's a lot of local agencies that benefit from the United Way. We're very thankful for them. Even when it's cold and we're ringing that bell. I like the dine-in, the dinners.
Oh,
better.
yeah.
Heck yeah, great excuse to eat out.
Yes. So we'll be doing that coming up. And really, we don't have a whole lot coming up until October, which will be our trivia night next door at St. Paul.
Where you feed people well, I might add.
We do feed people well. I think that we did the walking tacos for the March trivia. So I don't know what.
You had a potato bar.
We've had baked potato bar. We've done, we do pizza. We do sub sandwiches. Oh, chili. We do different chilies.
Yeah, good chili, yeah.
Chilies.
And chili dogs and stuff, I think, will be our October.
Our team came in third place at the October trivia night.
That was the first time I got to see you play.
Yeah.
With, what's her name, Tammy?
Tammy and Gail and Corey was there and Dr. Jim and one of Tammy's children was there. Two of her girls were there. So, it was a good time.
It's fun. It's a fun time. Yeah.
Very good.
Anyway.
Anywho, my favorite SEMO Family Trivia Night food, and Carla used to like bump me all the time because she's like, you mentioned that all the time. There was a year Taco Bell not only supplied a Taco Bell meat, but they had this little scoop that I guess they use like in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I just loved it because I could scoop Taco Bell meat and make my own tacos.
That was before me. That was before 2004 then.
That was back in
Because I have no
the
memory
day.
of the...
But yeah, I'd always talk about that in interviews, and Carl's, why you always talk about that? I was like, that was a big moment for me.
It's a core memory for you.
core memory of that Taco Bell scoop and that Taco Bell meat.
Wow.
And
ranks pretty high, huh?
yeah, I know, right?
Hey, if somebody wants to help out the Family Violence Council, whether through time, I hear also that you may be getting a garden.
The extension office has been coming over and working with the ladies, and we have 4 small like raised beds that they've put in the backyard, and there's vegetables and herbs planted, and the ladies and the kids go out and help them with that. So that's really neat.
That is very cool.
It looks a lot nicer in that area than what it did. So we're again thankful for it's the community, like he said with Bailey Joe's, community helping community, and we're so thankful that we have that kind of support. But anybody that's interested in, whether it's volunteering, if you're interested in serving on our board, definitely give us a call, 573-358-3913. And follow us on Facebook, Southeast Missouri Family Violence Council. That's where you're going to see upcoming events. You're going to see our needs, awareness activities. One day we might need a pair of size 8 black women's shoes, and then the next day we might be advertising for diapers, or you just never know. You never know what every day is different. It's definitely not a job where you walk in and every day is the same.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Congratulations again to Crystal DeMint.
Crystal DeMint.
And for all you other folks who do not get to have $5,000, at least you've helped out a great cause.
You have helped out a great cause, and you'll get a tax credit.
There you go. In
the end, you win. You get a tax credit for your Missouri state taxes.
Stephanie, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Crystal DeMint, the winner in the Southeast Missouri Family Violence Council drawing, held right here on the Parkland Podcast.
For over a century, C.Z. Boyer and Son Funeral Home has been a trusted presence in Farmington, Deloge, Bonne Terre, Park Hills, Leadwood, and the Hillview Memorial Garden Cemetery and Mausoleum. Family-owned and committed to excellent service since 1906, C.Z. Boyer and Son Funeral Home specialize in pre-planning and personalized care tailored to your unique needs. Whether in your time of loss or to plan ahead, the staff, your friends and neighbors, are here to provide compassionate, professional support before, during, and after. C.Z. Boyer and Son Funeral Home. Online at czboyer.com.
Farmington, Missouri, your destination for a perfect weekend getaway. Dine in at one of our quality restaurants or visit one of our surrounding wineries. Farmington offers a variety of parks and other recreational leisure time activities. See some sights, have some fun, and go wherever your heart takes you. Sounds like a lot of fun, so get a room and stay a while. All this and more awaits you just 60 miles south of St. Louis. Discover Farmington today.
Welcome back to the Country Days edition of the Parkland Podcast, episode 52. 1 full year of podcasting, Mark.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to you. When I asked you, hey, do you want to start doing a podcast, did you think it would last a whole year?
I was just glad to get paid, because I remember the first thing I asked, I said, is this just going to be for fun, or is it going to be something we make money of and money from? And he said, well, eventually, but to start off with, just for fun. But the business community and the community as a whole has really taken to us.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. I hear more about the podcast than I do about radio days.
Wow. Well, nobody wants to hurt your feelings. No.
Maybe that's it.
No. And I agree. I'd hear more about, especially like election night coverage. That one gets brought up a lot.
Yep.
The football broadcast too, obviously. But
and people are coming to us. At the beginning, we were seeking out people to be on the podcast with us. Now we have people contacting us saying, I want to be on the podcast. That means a lot, too.
Yeah. And the sponsors the same way. I mean, we haven't really gone out there guns blazing, talk to 3 people today. And, that
Jeremy
kind of stuff.
Horton's a good example of that, and Bailey Joe's.
Right, absolutely. Discover Farmington got on right away. Parkland Pharmacy
Heimberger
got on right away. Heimberger got on right away. Save a Lot got on right away as the rain falls here on Country Days in Farmington. We couldn't have done it without all of not just the financial support of our great advertisers, First State Community Bank also there in the beginning as well, Subway also there in the beginning as well, and a lot of new folks have come on along the way. E&A Collectibles, I think, were technically our first sponsor.
I remember them well, yes.
Yeah, so it has been great. And the Farmington Water Park, which I believe starts next week,
awesome.
Advertising on the show. Appreciate them as well. But, it's been great. It's been fun.
Triple Creek
Realty, one of our early and often sponsors as well. And all the way up to the Farmington Chamber, who advertised with us this year for the Parkland Podcast. Rain, Country Days, any Country Days in particular, like a rain story or any kind of – because I know there's been a lot of wet ones.
We had a really bad thunderstorm about 5 years ago. I've got pictures somewhere on my phone. It looked like a tornado was coming into town. It canceled everything.
Yeah.
I know over by where we used to set up and broadcast, there were puddles that you could have floated a boat on.
Yeah.
But
instead of the bed race, it was the boat contest.
Yeah, but we found that's the greatness of Country Days and the people that put it on. You find a way to make it work. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Yeah, and there's been a great run of executive directors with the Farmington Regional Chamber of Commerce over the years.
And Candy's doing a fantastic job. She's got a great staff that works with her, Emily and Julie. You girls are awesome to deal with. We thank you for all your help.
Absolutely, and thank you for letting us be a part of Farmington Country Days this year. Normally, the music segment, you got a tune you want to talk about?
Yeah, we're not going to do albums anymore
today.
Because I'm pretty much running out of albums to use. And
Me
my
too.
brother Tom will correct me if I do a repeat.
Yeah.
But the only reason I should pick out a country song since it's Country Days.
I should
but
too.
I'm not going to. Because I listened to this song on the way in. I got Spotify now in my
You have
car.
Spotify. Oh, my gosh. All those terrestrial radio brethren are so mad at you. You're listening to streaming music?
Deal with it. But I was listening to Like a Hurricane from the Scorpions today.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, I said, because I really like that group, but do they write since they're from Germany and all their lyrics are in English, do they write their songs? Are the lyrics in German, and do they translate them, or do they write their songs and their lyrics in English from the get-go? If I ever interview them, I'd like to know that answer.
Yeah.
But that'll be my song of the day.
Okay. Well, I will go country music now since it is Country Days, and I'll do a former Country Days performer, Sammy Kershaw, and the great song Vidalia, a song about a bittersweet love story as bittersweet as the onion itself. Sweet Vidalia, you always got to make me cry.
If anybody knows about being bittersweet, it would be Sammy Kershaw.
Oh, man. Good stuff as the rain falls here on Farmington Country Days. But people still out, hanging out underneath the umbrellas, underneath the canopies. Big thank you to the folks with St. Joseph Catholic School here in Farmington, as they have provided our streaming place for the weekend to record the podcast. And don't forget, they have the big family picnic coming up June 28th and 29th, the big parish picnic, with so many great things to eat and drink, and the entertainment will be fantastic, all happening around the parish campus here in Farmington. Again, can't thank them enough for letting us hang out here in the booth. Anybody else we need to thank before we start getting really wet?
Just thanks to everybody who stopped by and said hi to us for the Parade Friday and throughout the day on Saturday and just any time of the week. Any mention of the podcast, like us, subscribe, download it, whatever you need to do. Be a part of the Parkland Podcast.
Do all that stuff. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody again joining us here on this episode of the podcast. And who we have next week?
Hopefully Kristen White will
White.
join us to talk all things Discover Farmington, and we've got maybe a few surprises in the works.
Ooh, you know what we need to here's what we need to do. And I'm going to say this while it's recorded. That way I hold myself to the standard. How about you get one surprise guest and I'll get one surprise guest, and we won't tell each other who they are or what the interview's about, but it'll be somebody that's easy to interview. You know, we're not going to, come in here and bring in like Matt Haug or somebody that's hard to interview. We're going to – how does that sound? Would you be willing to do that?
I'll give it my best.
Okay. And maybe like somebody almost like kind of a this is your life kind of thing maybe. Somebody like that. I don't know. That might – because I think that would be easy for me to come up with somebody – for you, but I don't know if that would be easy for you to come up with something. Maybe a former student or something. I don't know.
I'll give it my best.
Okay. So there we go. We'll do that for season 2 of the Parkland Podcast, which will begin next week. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you on Monday.